What if I were to tell you that there was a fan game that was in development for so long that when it did finally come out, it was mediocre? Hey everyone, your favorite voiceover guy here, Nocturna, and for this video we're going to be talking about a fan game that I've been dying to talk about. Without wasting any more time, let's get on with the review. Development for this fan game started way back in late 2015 when the developer, Blackout, was finished with its first game, Insanity. Insanity was an overrated, mediocre fan game that had big problems in terms of how it was designed and its overall gameplay. The mechanics were hard to learn, and it overall relied way too much on the sound design to tell you what's happening in the game, which just made it pretty unfair. Then came Dormitabis. The original idea for Dormitabis was going to be similar to how Tier TF5 played back in 2015, with free roam. However, due to RAM limitations, the free roam gameplay was scrapped, then changed into what was released. After 2 long years were put into the game, there was a 4-night demo planned, but it ended up getting canned. It can be assumed that the reason was due to the fact they were lacking on content to actually provide for the demo. So, some fans waited patiently, and some waited impatiently due to the game's lack of screenshots and updates, and due to how incompetent both Blackout and other developers for the project were with the game. You know, I would really hate to be put in a situation like that. After a while, it seemed like there was no progress happening with the game, until February 25th, 2018, the full game was finally released out of nowhere. Now you're probably asking, how was it? Oh boy, this game was a hot mess when it was first released. The game went through a lot of patches until version 1.6.3 that fixed most of the current problems with the game when it was first released. After a lukewarm release, there were some rumors that the game would get a remaster, and those rumors turned out to be true, but the remaster didn't get far due to some controversy that happened.
What the actual shit? What?
With all of this out of the way, it's about time someone gives this fan game a review. Before I go into the bad, I might as well talk about the good things that this fan game did. I overall really like the atmosphere of Dormitabis. Now, it's rare for a fan game to give me goosebumps, because most sounds from other games are stolen, or just taken from other games. But most sounds in Dormitabis are all made from scratch, so that's already a good start. Secondly, the setting. Now, most fan games, even to this day, would usually go with the same setting that everyone does. You're a night guard stuck in a haunted place from 12 AM to 6 AM with some rumors that things go bump in the night. Good luck. However, that's not the case for Dormitabis. For this fan game, it's, you're dead and you're surrounded by vicious monsters galore. Find a way out of this mess. Good luck. Now, while this setting has been done before by both other fan games and official FNAF games, Dormitabis puts a very cool and interesting spin on the idea. Thirdly, the gameplay. Now, the gameplay is both simple yet complex at the same time. It has that classic FNAF gameplay style, while bringing something new to the table. However, some mechanics don't mix well with each other, but I'll get more into that in the bad section of the game. Fourthly, after beating Night 10, you'll get access to the night selection. You'll be able to replay nights 1 to 10 with some other nights as well. Now, for the fifth and final positive I can give, the cardboard theater segments. Now, this is a really unique idea. For a fan game that was meant to be released in 2016, this is a very unique way to explain the lore. However, the portrayal of Purple Guy, or what's his name, Garvey, is kind of bad, but we'll get into him real soon. Now that the good stuff is out of the way, let's get into the real reason why everyone is here. The bad. Let's talk about one of the first problems this fan game has. The tapes. Now, if I were to summarize the tapes into one sound, it would be this. The way that Garvey is portrayed is not how to write your bad guys. Garvey comes out as an idiotic, loudmouth, power-hungry, angsty loser. Now, I can't believe I'm saying this. If he had a good reason on why he's like this, he'd probably be not as bad. But guess what? We never do get a reason for this. so it's just a terrible plot hole. Garvey is just evil because, you know, fuck all. I would talk more about him, but I would rather save the best for last. Now, on to the second problem, the graphics and the character design. Now, if this game was released in 2016, it would have a reason on why it looks as is. But there was fan games released in 2018 with Dormitabis that looked 10 times better. That and nearly everything in the game is just green or dark green, and no, it's not just because of the lighting. Don't believe me? Here you go. Just ignore him, we'll get to him last. Also, let's talk about those animatronic designs. Nearly all of them, except for 2, are either Springtrap clones or just Mangle rejects. You can see that this fan game has pretty outdated designs. Third problem, the mechanics. Now, while I did say some of the mechanics are good, there are just some that'll cockblock the player. Golden call! Fourth problem, Night 10 and 12, they both suck ass in terms of gameplay, and the player's left lost on what to do. The only help that you'll get is this little tutorial page that'll tell you everything about the character, and it just makes the phone calls obsolete. Night 12 doesn't have a tutorial, you'll just get thrown in and told good luck lol, and just die in confusion. With that, let's get more into Garvey. The character of Garvey is the biggest thing that brings down this game. There are so many things wrong with him, and I bet if he wasn't even in this game, the game would have been more respected instead of becoming a meme, like a certain FNAF fan game series. It genuinely really sucks that this reboot for this game didn't get far. Who knows? Maybe we'll get it someday. Nope! Oh, and before we do wrap things up, I might as well say some things that are more of a nitpick than a problem. The Foxy animation in Cam 4 looks poorly animated, and the extras, while looking at Am I Real, in his decay form he has 5 fingers, but in his fixed form he has 4 fingers. During the animation for Garvey, his back fingers aren't animated, making it more jarring the more you look at it. The animation for Molten Evil looks pretty stiff, so I got the brilliant idea to see if I could do better, and meh, I wouldn't say it's better, but I think it gets the job done. And finally, Havoc Freddy seems to be the only one who can do an intimidating pose in the window, while others can't. Why? Absolutely no reason. Overall, this is a very middle-of-the-road fan game. It does do a lot of things right, but it also does a lot of things wrong. It's like a piece of cake that has all of your favorite icing, toppings, and everything, but the cherry on top is rotten and the base of the cake is burnt. I guess this is what happens when you keep many things from the past without fixing or changing them. Now before I go, I want to thank everyone that has been watching these reviews. I appreciate the fact that people are willing to give a damn about these things. Anyway, until next time, see ya.